if you had any tips for current undergrads or even new grads wanting to go into the S&C field and that might want to consider starting up their own business one day, do you have any tips or advice?
Yeah, man, surround yourself with good people. And when I say good people, not a group of like a cheerleading squad who's going to praise you and agree with everything that you do, but around people that are not afraid to challenge you, that are not afraid to give you a different perspective, right? So, for instance, when I first started in the S&C field, I was looking out for the best coaches, right? For the best S&C coaches to learn from. But I realize now that, man, I can learn something from anyone, right? And when I learn something from, say someone in business, that's going to help me also become a better S&C coach as well. They're going to bring to the table a different perspective than compare if I were just solely looking out for professional S&C coaches to learn from. So I think overall, your environment is huge, right? So if you want to become successful and have an edge, right, over your competition or whatnot, surround yourself with good people, right? From a wide variety of backgrounds. I think that's key too. Yeah,
really helps you understand that perspective.
100%, man. And don't get too comfortable, right? I think especially after your first few years out of university, don't get too comfortable, right? And I think I've seen it, right? And people they get into a routine, right? Not to say that anything is wrong with that, but for me personally, anyways, I like the idea of constantly trying to learn and grow, and so I'm always looking for different opportunities and not afraid to get out of that comfort zone. Yeah.
I totally agree with what Clarence was saying. Like, your environment's super important. I know there's that quote where you are the sum of the 5 person you hang out with most.
Yeah.
I mean, currently, obviously, Clarence is one of them right now. But even before we jumped onto Orion together, he was more than just a friend to me. He was like a mentor to me, always there to help. And that's something that I've really appreciated. And like you said, you want to be around people who challenge you. And that's one thing that's been really grateful, that I'm very grateful for, is someone who's always challenging me, calling me out when there's things that need to be called out for. So that's been like super helpful with my growing process as an individual. I think it's easy to get comfortable, especially graduating. You can find a job, you can develop your routine and stay with there for however many years you decide. And not that that's an issue or anything, but I personally want to challenge myself. And so that's kind of like one of the biggest reasons why I got into Orion, is because I wanted to try something a little different. That was the same reason why I left my jump gymnastics job, is because I wanted to try something different, working with a different population.
And it really speaks to something that when you get to work on something that you care about, that you're passionate about, that is really when, and even speaking on in terms of something like this for Van City, when you have passion behind what you're doing, work doesn't seem so much as work.
100%.
And as to what you said earlier, it's not really, you're not really working for anyone. You're really working for you. And especially when your value and your goals mean so much more than just you, and you're working towards something that helps others, something greater than yourself.
100%.
That is something that is.
Spot on. Yeah, if I may add one thing to your previous question or your last question about the tips for students looking for S&C opportunities, get into find an internship or volunteer early on, right? I think that's going to be huge, right? And that's how you're going to develop those connections early on and get your foot in the door, right? You got to work for free, essentially, for the first bit. You're going to have to, climb that ladder, work for free first. Yeah.
I was going to say, like, kind of building off what you were saying, like, I think we can all kind of agree that we're in the business of helping people, and doing the podcast, doing Orion, doing S&C. This is just our outlet of helping people.